Let's get started with our final module, that is AWS Code Pipeline. In this module, we will see what is AWS Code Pipeline, its concepts. We will also see how AWS Code Pipeline works. We will see different product and service integration with our AWS Code Pipeline, and we will use those integration in our tutorials for creating the pipelines. We will also see different pipeline operations, that is creating, editing, manually rerunning the pipeline. We will also see the pipeline detail and history. Then after that we will see how we can create the custom action for pipeline and how we are managing the approval action in our pipeline. During the tutorial, we will also see how we can monitor the pipelines during the whole AWS Code Pipeline process. So this is all about AWS Code Pipeline, which we are going to cover in this module. So let's get started. Code Pipeline Basics. AWS Code Pipeline is a continuous delivery service that automates the building, testing, and deployment of our software into production, which results in fast and reliable application and infrastructure update. It is used to model, visualize, and automate the steps required to release your software. We can quickly model and configure the different stages of a software release process. An AWS Code Pipeline automates the steps required to release software changes continuously. We only have to pay for what we use. There is no fees or commitments required. Let's see some major benefits AWS Code Pipeline is serving. Automate your release processes. AWS Code Pipeline fully automates the release process from end to end, starting from source repository through build, test, and deployment. We can also prevent changes from deploying by creating manual approval action in any stage except source. Then the second is a consistent release process. AWS Code Pipeline runs each stage as we have defined for our release according to our condition. The third advantage is fast delivery with improved quality. Testing and releasing the code incrementally is possible, which makes the delivery faster with greater quality. Fourth benefit AWS Code provides is it supports different source, build, and deploy tools. It also supports third-party tools. The next benefit is view progress at a glance. We can review real-time status of pipeline, check the details of any alerts, retrieve failed actions, view details about the source revisions used in the latest pipeline execution in each stage, and manually rerun any pipeline. And the last is view pipeline history details. So we can track the details about the execution of a pipeline, including start and end times, run duration, and execution IDs. So all these benefits are provided by AWS Code Pipeline, which is very beneficial for software release process. Let's understand the basic code pipeline workflow. When any idea, bug, or request is reported by customer, developers will modify the code accordingly. And after modifying, the developers will merge the code and then commit the changes to the source repository like code commit or GitHub. AWS Code Pipeline automatically detects the changes and those changes are built. And if any tests are configured, then those tests are run using tool like code build. Once the tests are complete, the built code is deployed to the staging area or staging servers, which can be any EC2 instance. Also, this testing will be done using the tool like code deploy. From staging server, AWS Code Pipeline runs additional tests such as integration or load test. Upon the successful completion of those tests and after a manual approval action that was added to the pipeline is approved, AWS code pipeline deploys the tested and approved code to the production instances. Again, these instances can be EC2 instances. So this is a cycle which keeps going, and AWS code pipeline will run and automate the release process for any revision added in our source repository. So now let's understand its terminologies and how it works. Let's see how code pipeline works. AWS code pipeline breaks up the workflow into a series of stages like build stages, deployment stages, build stage where code is built and tests are run, deployment stage where code updates are deployed to the runtime environments. We can name each stage in the release process for better tracking, control and reporting, and it must be a unique name. It contains a sequence of actions. Actions are nothing but some task that going to be performed on artifacts. Every stage must contain at least one action. Pipeline actions occurs in a specified order, in sequence or in parallel, as determined in the configuration of the stage. Every action has a type. Depending on the type, the action might have one or both of the following: an input artifact, which is the artifact it consumes or works on over the course of the action run, and an output artifact, which is the output of the action. Every output artifact in the pipeline must have a unique name, and every input artifact for an action must match the output artifact of the earlier action in the pipeline. Now, another type of action is an approval action. Approval action prevents a pipeline from moving to the next action until the approval is granted. So we can use an approval action when we want the pipeline to continue only after a successful code review. A stage can process only one revision at a time. A revision must run through a stage before the next revision can run through it. All actions configured for a stage must be completed successfully before the stage is considered complete. Once the stage is completed, the pipeline transitions the revision and its artifacts created by the action in this stage to the next stage in the pipeline. We can also manually disable and enable this transition. A transition is nothing but the act of a revision in a pipeline continuing from one stage to the next in a workflow. So it connects the stages together to show the order in which the stages will happen. If one action fails in a stage, the revision does not transit to the next action in the stage or the next stage in the pipeline. So if a failure occurs, no more transitions occur in the pipeline for that revision. AWS code pipeline pauses the pipeline until one of the following occurs. The first is we manually have to retry the stage that contains the failed action, and other is we have to start the pipeline again for that revision. A pipeline runs automatically when a change is made in the source location, which we can define in our source action, and when we manually start the pipeline. AWS code pipeline creates an Amazon S3 bucket in the same region as the pipeline to store the items for all the pipelines in that region. So, every time we create another pipeline in that region, AWS code pipeline create a folder for that pipeline in the same bucket, and it uses that folder to store artifacts for our pipeline as the automated release process runs. So now let's move ahead and see how we can practically implement AWS code pipeline. So in this demo, we will walk through already created our code commit repository, our code build project and code deploy application. We will use all three in our pipeline creation. We will also see our EC2 instance on which our pipeline will deploy the application. So first we will create the pipeline for the code commit source type. So let's get started with the pipeline creation. We will create a pipeline which will use the code from the repository Hello World app repo, which we have created earlier in labs. So in this repository we have all the files in the place, but we have changed in two files. First is in index.html. I have changed the text that is hello world from pipeline and color to violet. And other than that, the most important change is buildspec.yml. Here in artifacts, I have included all the files which require to deploy an application. So here as we have already seen that one state's output artifact is other state's input artifacts. So while we are in code build phase, it will output this artifact and this output artifact will be input for our next stage. So we have included all this file in the artifact section. Now let's move to the code build project which we will use in our code pipeline creation. Code build project we will use hello world app build. Here we have not changed anything major. We just have to ensure that the artifact type should be Amazon S3. It should not be null. It should not be no artifact, because it is producing the artifacts. So we have to put something in the artifact type and artifact name. And let's move to the code deploy project which we are going to use in our code pipeline creation. So here we are going to use hello world app, which is an in-place deployment on the EC2 server instance which have the deployment group hello world stage, and it is the code deploy default one at a time deployment. So now let's get started with our pipeline creation. So let's navigate to the code pipeline. Here I don't have any pipeline created, so I am on the get started page. So let's get started with the pipeline creation. Let's give the name as hello world pipeline and go to the next step. Here source provider we have to select. It supports Amazon S3, AWS code commit and GitHub. Right now we are going to select AWS code commit, as we are going to fetch the code from the repository that is hello world app repo, and the branch name will be master. Advanced we can leave as it is. Here we can see run pipeline when changes in the source content are detected. So whenever we make any changes in a repository, this pipeline will automatically run. So let's go to the next step. Select the branch name that is master, and let's go to the next step. Here we can also avoid the build if we don't want to. But in our case we will select the AWS code build. Now we will select an existing project that is hello world app build, and here the project must produce the output artifacts, because in the next stage we require that artifact to deploy an application. So now let's go to the next step and let's select the AWS code deploy as deployment provider, and application name will be hello world app. Here deployment group, here we have only one deployment group. In the next demo we will add another deployment group and we will have that in our demo. Let's select hello world stage as of now, and let's go to the next stage. Now here if you have any role created for AWS code pipeline, then you can select that role from here, or otherwise you can create the role which will have all the required permission to work with the AWS code pipeline, which we can see in this policy document. So let's create this role, and this role has been created. Now let's go to the next step and let's review all the pipeline information. So this is what we have selected for our pipeline. So now let's create the pipeline here. Now we can see the stages here. The first is source, build and staging. Now there is no execution of this pipeline has been happened, but it will start. So here we can see that it has been started, it is in progress. So one after one another all stage will be completed. So let's wait for that. Simultaneously let's open our EC2 instance on which our application is going to deploy. So we can check whether it is deployed or not. So in this demo, the application will be deployed in this code deploy instance which we have created in earlier lab. So right now it will contain the previous lab content. It is hello world from code commit repository. Once this pipeline will be executed successfully, the content will change from hello world from code commit repository to hello world from pipeline, and color will be changed to violet. So let's wait for this. The source stage has been completed successfully. Here we can also see the commit message which we have given while committing the last files. Here we can also see the output artifact and input artifact. Here the output artifact will be my app. As we have seen, the code pipeline will create one new Amazon S3 bucket. So let's go to the S3 and see. The bucket with the region name will be created, and in that it will contain the pipeline name. So here in my case the pipeline name is hello world pipeline, and in that it will contain the input artifact and output artifact which we have used in our pipeline creation. So in this stage the input will be my app, which is the output artifact of the source stage, and the output will be the my app build. So in my app build, all the files which we have included in the build spec.yml, all files will be created in the my app build folder. So it is now in the in progress stage. So let's wait for this build stage to be completed. And here only the input artifact will be my app build, which is the output of the build stage. So build is also has been completed successfully. So let's wait for this deployment to be executed successfully. Right now it is this only. Once the stage will be completed successfully, the code will change. So let's wait for this staging to be completed. We can also see the build details by clicking on the details link. Whatever happened, we can see all the events and logs there. We can see all the events has been successfully completed, and we can see all the log and the entire log by clicking on this link. So the deployment is also completed successfully. We can see the details here. Now let's refresh this and see. See, here the content has been changed with our latest content, that is hello world from pipeline, and the color is also changed to violet. We can see the deployment details also by seeing the event log, that all the events has been completed successfully. So this is how we can make the pipeline. So now what we will do is we will modify the content once again, and we will see how the pipeline is running automatically. So let's navigate to our index.html. It is in the repository hello world app repo. Now let's modify the content and let's change it to pipeline 2 and let's save it. Now let's push this change in our repository. Let's first navigate to the directory and let's add this file. Let's give the comment as second pipeline run change, and let's push this change in our directory. So as soon as the pipeline will detect the change, it will run automatically. We don't have to manually deploy any application. So this is how the pipeline is automating the whole release process. So in few seconds the pipeline will start running this source stage. So let's wait for few seconds. Here we can see the source has been started automatically as soon as it has detected the change. We can also see the source. Once this source stage will be completed, we can see the commit name, commit comments. So this is how the pipeline is automating the whole release process. As soon as we will change anything in our source repository, it will be deployed directly to the EC2 instance. So it will ease our work, and it will be like the only we have to configure once, and all other things will be handled by the pipeline automatically. So let's wait for the all stages to be completed, and then let's see whether our changes appeared or not. So let's wait for this. Here we can see the commit comments, that is second pipeline run change, which we have given as the commit comment. Now the build is started, and as soon as all the stages has been completed, we will be able to see our change in the EC2 instance. All the artifacts will be also generated here. Let's refresh it, and we can see the artifacts here in my app build and my app. All the required artifacts will be there. So let's wait for all the stages to be completed. Now the staging has been started. So it has started the deploying application. Our staging stage is also has been completed successfully. So let's refresh this, and here we can see our change. So this is how our changes will be appeared immediately once we will commit those changes in our source code repository. We can also see the pipeline history by clicking on this link, that whether it has been successful or not, and for what code commit changes it has been run. We can also see the pipeline changes from the main dashboard. Here when we will see the view history, it will show us the same page when we have clicked the pipeline history. Now we will add one action which will be the approval action. So which we will add also one more stage in the pipeline by editing the pipeline. So let's move forward to the next step. Now to make stage and production instance, we have launched one another instance, that is code deploy production. So it is running now, and in code deploy also we have created one new deployment group which will have the instance code deploy production, and it is also the in place deployment. There is no deployment happen on this deployment group. So now let's edit our pipeline and create one more stage for production. So let's edit this pipeline. First let's add one more action here in the staging. So let's edit this and add one more action, that is, once the changes has been deployed to the staging instance, we have to send a notification for an approval. So let's add the action approval. Action name we will say stage approval. Approval type will be manual approval. SMS topic which we have created earlier in the lab, that is for email notification. If we want to provide any URL for the staging server, so for us this will be the URL to review the changes and to verify the change, and to comment we can see that please review the change and approve. Now let's add this action. So the action has been added. Now we will add one more stage for our production. So let's add the stage name, that is production, and we will add one action that will be the deployment again. Here we will use the action name will be deploying to production instance. Let me close this. Deployment provider will be the code deploy again. Here application name will be Hello World app, and deployment group will be Hello World production. Input artifacts which will be same as the previous one. So it will be the my app only, and let's add this action. Deploying to, let's remove this space as space is not allowed. And let's add this action now. Now this another production stage has been added successfully. So now what we will do is, now let's save pipeline changes. Now what we will do is, we will make a change in our index.html and we will push this change in our code commit repository, and then we will see whether we are getting any notification or not. So let's make the change, that is approval action, and now let's commit this change. Let's give the comment as commit for approval action, and let's commit this changes, and let's push this change. The change has been committed. So as soon as the change has been detected by pipeline, it will start running it. So let's wait for the pipeline to start. Pipeline has detected the change, so it has started the source stage. So let's wait till it comes to the stage approval action. Until now the process will be the same as we have defined earlier. Now we can see all the build and staging has been completed and it has stopped for the stage approval. We can see that waiting for approval, and we can review from this pipeline also. We have also received one mail for the same. Here we can see that it has displayed that the pipeline has sent this message for the approval action. We can review the content by clicking on this, that in the staging server it has changed the content that hello world from pipeline for approval action. If it looks good, then we can approve or reject the command, reject the change by clicking on this link. This link will be the same when we click on this review button. We can review the change. That change looks good and let's approve it. Once it will be approved, it will go to the production stage and then it will start deploying the application on the production instance. So right now there is no application deployed on the production instance. So let's wait for the production stage to be completed. The deploying has been started on the production instance. So let's navigate to our production instance. So once it will be completed, we will be able to see our change on the production instance. So let's navigate to this, and the change has been deployed to our production instance. As we can see, in few seconds it will completed as the change we can see on our production instance. So this is how the whole release process we can design in our code pipeline. We can see that production stages has been also completed successfully, as we can also see our change on the production instance. So this is how we can review the changes before transiting it to the production instance. We can see the history also from this, that for which changes the pipeline was initiated, as we have seen earlier. We can also add as many stage we want. If we want to test any build, then we can add one more stage after the build phase to run the test on the build code, and after that we can start deploying any application on the stage or production server. So this is how we can create any code pipeline. Now consider, if we want to make any pipeline for the Amazon S3, then we can create easily same as this pipeline. I will show you how to select that. I will just edit this pipeline and show the changes, what changes will be required when we want to have a pipeline for the Amazon S3. We here, instead of AWS code commit, we have to select the Amazon S3 or GitHub, whatever we want to select as a source provider, and after that we just have to paste the Amazon S3 location. That will be the zip file location. Other than that, we don't have to provide anything in this, and then we have to give the output artifact name. Other than that, we just have to modify the source provider as we require. So whenever we change our source provider to Amazon S3 or GitHub, pipeline will fetch the code from the respective source provider and then will move ahead in the pipeline workflow. Now we have already seen how to create a pipeline and how to edit the pipeline. We have also seen the pipeline history reviewing. Now let's see how we can rerun or manually run the pipeline. So if we want to manually run the pipeline, then we just have to click on the release change and it will detect the most recent change in the source code repository, and then it will run through the pipeline. So this is how we can rerun the pipeline. And if we want to delete the pipeline, we have to click on the edit and then we have to click on the delete button to delete the pipeline. So this is how we can delete the pipeline. So all the operations of the pipeline is covered, and we have also seen the monitoring of pipelines. We can see whatever, for what change, for what release the pipeline is running by clicking on this link. It will show us the latest commit or latest code change for which the pipeline is running. By clicking on that, it will show us the commit ID and all the code for which the pipeline is running. So this is all about the code pipeline. We have covered almost everything which is related to code pipeline. So that's all.